Hey guys, Uri for MakeYourMedia.com, and in this episode we take a look at the new Adobe Premiere Pro CC 2015 June release, and we have a lot to talk about it because I was playing around with the software for about 5 minutes and I have to admit I really love it. So let's just take a look at the few very simple and effective updates that were done. So first off, if you take a look over here, we have assembly, editing, color, effects, audio, and editing CS 5.5. And the cool thing here is that this is basically our Windows panels, so we can just reset the software to whatever we want to do just by clicking on assembly. So now we are in assembly mode, we can actually assemble our videos. Over here, this is the editing configuration, we have the color configuration, and we are about to talk about this because this is just awesome. Okay, we have the effects configuration, so here we have our effects, color correction, or whatever effects you want to do. We have our audio configuration, and again you can see automatically here we have our voiceover recorder just as a standard over here, and then we have our editing CS 5.5. Now another cool thing that was added, if you go to your window and then you go to libraries, you can see that now you have this panel, and this panel is the Creative Cloud library. So if you took any pictures or any vector pictures with the app, the Adobe Shape app on your iPhone or whatever smartphone you have, and you want to use that vectors, you can actually get them here because this is being installed in Premiere Pro. So now you can actually just drag and drop and use those whatever you have over here. You have I have a picture or whatever you have in here, you can actually use that. So again, very cool to have this application, or very cool to have this option. So this is the libraries option. If we go over to the well-awaited color panel, here we have a whole different style of working, and I'm very happy to have that. First off, we have the Lumetri scopes. So over here we can actually use the scopes to work with our footage, and we can just right click on that and just go to the histogram. Okay, and we can right click on that and turn on maybe the parade. So now we have a 3 scope view. You can click them off or click them on or do whatever you want to do. The next thing that you have over here is the Lumetri color. Now this Lumetri color is basically very simple and very effective. This will read a look that you have on your machine. So if you created a look in SpeedGrade, it can actually read the look and you can actually manipulate this look here. So let's take a look. I am going to just go none for a second over here, and I'm going to just switch to this shot. So it's very easy to just correct shot by shot or just use the look as a whole preset. So let's say I want to use the look as a whole preset, I can just put this on the adjustment layer. Right now I have film convert turned on. So by the way, if you just go into the description box, you'll have a link for 10% off on film convert. So just use that link and get yourself a copy of film convert, and I discussed that in details in my Adobe Premiere Pro course. So get the film convert 10% off and get the course. If you use the description box links, you're going to get that in a discount also. But let me turn off the adjustment layer and see how easy it is to just color correct an image. So I'm just gonna kind of expand the windows over here. Again, this is all brand new and I really like it. So let's say I get this shot, this piece of video, and now I can actually go to the look and I can use whatever looks I have on my machine. So let's say I want to have clean punch HDR. Let's see how that looks. Wow, automatically you can see that we have this really cool enhancement. You can turn it off or turn it on. But now the cool thing about this is that you can actually go into the intensity and just increase that or decrease the intensity. Okay, you can even add a cool faded film effect, so kind of crushing the blacks, uplifting them, so you have that. You can also play around with the sharpen, so just sharpen or basically blurring and sharpening the video. So maybe you want to get something really like extra sharp, or maybe you want to get a kind of diffuse look. So you can just put it like maybe like this. You can play around with the vibrance, so you can get everything just super vibrant. Let me turn off the sharpen. So you can just play around with the vibrance, or maybe decrease that if you want to get a more kind of a sepia look to it. You can also play around with the saturation, and if you know, the cool thing about this is that if you actually know Lightroom, you can actually do quite a bit with this. So just let's just reset the whole thing. Okay, and now I'm just going to turn it on and go to none. Okay, another cool thing that you actually have is that if you have a look that you created and exported from SpeedGrade or any other software, you can actually use that inside Premiere Pro and actually manipulate this. So let me show you this one. I have this preset that I have. I'm going to browse into it, and you can actually download the color correction presets. If you go into the description box and use the link for that, you can download the color correction presets, at least five of them. So just go ahead and do that. But I'm gonna just go into maybe Kodak Vivid, which is a very nice look that I have. It's actually a cube file, a 3D LUT file. And the cool thing now is that I can maybe push the intensity up, so I can get maybe a kind of look like that. And if I want to, I can add some sharpness, and I can actually also, if I take off the faded film look, maybe change this one. I'm going to go to browse, and I'm gonna grab this vivid vignette. Okay, well, now this one, let's just use blue steel. Okay, so this one you can see automatically kind of overexposes your video. And what you can do is that if you go to the curves, you can actually now have also curves, and you can actually play around. So you have the curves, you can add some, maybe just play around, reduce that. Okay, and you can also play around with the hue and saturation. So maybe you want to just increase the hue in a specific part. Another cool thing that you have in this new release is that if we go for none for a second, just leave this video like that, and if we just click here, we have this color correction option. So we can actually work on this video without having doing anything to it. So we can play around with the exposure, we can play around with the contrast of the video if you want it to be more contrasty, kind of work around the video just the same as in Lightroom. You can actually do a lot to the video without working on a LUT or doing anything. You can also import any LUT that you have over here, and you can actually browse. Maybe I'm going to use this LUT again, so you can actually play around with that, and that's pretty cool, because you have all these options to work with the video without even going into doing all this other stuff, where in the past you would have to use like different instances of RGB curves, and now you can actually do that in the basic correction. Underneath that you have the creative. Here you can actually import looks and whatever. Maybe I'm going to show you another option. So let me turn off this project, and I'm going to go to another project which I shot on my Blackmagic production camera in 4K, and I'm going to show you that. Alright guys, so I got a little bit overexcited about this release, and I basically decided to cut it into two parts. So if you click on the link that is now on the screen, you'll be able to see the second part of this video, and I just didn't want to make it too long for you guys. So if you like the episode, click on the subscribe button and the like button. Check out the discount for the Film Convert plugin that we have for you, and also check out the link for the Adobe Premiere Pro course, which is going to get a new update, a whole section about the new update for Premiere Pro. And I really hope you like the episode. Subscribe to the button and check out the second part of this video, and I'll see you later guys. Bye bye.